Okay, how you all doing? Hope you're doing well. Wanted to get this down so that it's fresh in my mind. A few subscribers, more than a few, have spoke about the whole Varden Triangle thing, and could have put some more information in, and like you're having difficulties seeing it, and that is the problem with 2D golf. We've all grown up being taught that your alignment is based on the two lines, the railway lines, the classic line situation, and that's how you aim at a target. And your mind and eyes see that slightly differently. Like if you're standing on a set of railway lines that are straight as far as the eye can see, your mind will bring those railway lines together in a point, because it's a combination of optical illusion and actual how far you can actually see. So the Varden Triangle, the reason it's where it is, and I've showed you the lines vertically up your body, but as soon as you bend over to address the golf ball, that's where you're making the, if you were standing upright, your 2D lines would work fine, like as in baseball, that type of thing. But as soon as you bend over, that puts you into the triangle, so you're now in 3D, and you've got to start slowly changing the way your mind thinks about how you align to the ball. Now, your lead shoulder on your lead arm, whichever arm that is, if you're left-handed or right-handed, right? So, if you're a right-handed golfer, it's your left shoulder that has to go deep on as close as you can get it to the Varden 45. The only way this can happen is a combination of turn and the shoulder going down on the 45. The key is the 45 angle. Now, that gets you in like a perfect backswing position at the top. You've instigated it the correct way, so your hands and arms have to be relaxed, almost like al dente spaghetti, not like floppy, just enough softness so that they can store the energy, like a elastic band ready to release the energy, because it is a throw, but the throw is on this magical 45 degree line, which if you did geometry in school, a 45 degree over a 90 triangle. Now the 90 is a straight line, if you like, and the 45 is the angle that you need to throw the club on. All these other component things have been talked about throughout history in golf, whether it's been in a book or it's been in YouTube. You've seen a video about like throwing the axe, If you're struggling to see where the triangle is, that isn't really the main problem that you've got. The problem you need to come to terms with is the vertical throw on the 45 degree angle. So in the house, just use like a shortened club or a rhythm stick. Make yourself one of those up and just get used to throwing up on that 45 degree line and letting your body turn. Now, I've said this umpteen times, don't worry if you can't get a full turn, right? Because you maybe are older, you don't have as much flexibility. You might be slightly injured, or you could have a rotator cuff injury, whatever. as long as you know the 45-degree line, that's the magic key for every shot in golf. Because when you're bent over and you're throwing on the 45, you are turning at the same time because your body reacts to the throw of the club. I'll say that again. Your body only reacts when you throw the club. Now, you can throw the club incorrectly, the body will react. But if you throw the club on the 45, which is an equal upwards throw as well as like an axe blow in the opposite direction of where you want to propel the object, because you're then using the downward force in the swing from the top and centrifugal force, which is pulling the club out and accelerating it naturally because the club is a lever and you want the mechanical advantage. The lever can be overpowered if you put too much effort in, if you tense up, if you overthink it and don't have natural flow. And I know you guys are going to say, oh, but Mike, surely, this secret is going to make it easier. Yes, it does, but the secret from here is the secret in the dirt. Hogan did it, Jack Nicklaus did it, Tom Watson did it, Lee Trevino did it, Bobby Jones did it. You have to hit golf balls. And if you're not hitting golf balls, you're still working on your swing on the 45 and you're working on that throw, because when you throw on the 45, you're dynamically loading yourself up, and when you throw back down, you're dynamically loading yourself into the ground. All these things you are not consciously aware of or even having to think about, because you've got the magic code that Varden left for everyone. But somehow, and we still have yet to work this out, somehow in golf instruction, those basic two fundamentals, right? Your grip has to be good. Look up like any good book about the golf grip. They're all the same. Harry Varden basically invented the modern golf grip, the Varden grip. That's the one I use. And I then use that with his code, the 45 triangle code. Now, you've just got to work out a way where you see the line going from your lead hip to your trail shoulder, right? Lead hip to your trail shoulder. You see that line, and all you have to do is throw in that line. But remember that you still have to turn to some degree, and at that point, your turn check has to be the lead shoulder not only turns but goes down in the swing, and that's easy to check. You'll know if you're doing it right because it feels unlike any other swing or movement that you've done. In fact, the easiest way to work out if your shoulder's going down is do a couple of like baseball swings first at like shoulder height, rotating as if you're standing up, and then get yourself into the slightly closed position. It's not overly closed, but it is like a lock move with you. You've seen me do it. Get into that position and then just with the Bob Brew drill, if you like, use the ball on a piece of string under the shaft. You'll then feel what it's like to actually put in motion something that contains itself and swings itself. People have put in the comments, you cannot do Bob Brew's swing, because when you do it back and through, the ball has less rigidity than the shaft of the club, so therefore the ball goes all over the place. If you're doing it right, the ball stays perfectly on vertical plane. Let's say this again. The ball stays perfectly on vertical plane, where the shaft remains on plane, as you commonly know how a shaft stays on plane, kind of like the elliptical arc plane. Okay, very confusing till you experience it and you realise that you can swing halfway back. You're not. Bob Roode didn't ever want that drill to be like, oh, I swing to the top with a ball that's on a piece of string, because when you swing to the top, your transition at the top has to have a slight pause in it, right? Every good player doesn't just go to the top and rush it down. There's a pause of the change of direction. You've got to wait at the top for the change of direction. Everything has to stop going backwards, right? So you're moving a lot of parts swinging a golf club. And if you try and rush it, one part will still be going backwards and you're trying to go forwards. It doesn't work. You've got to load and wait. It's milliseconds. But it's time, and it's time that's real, time that exists. You can't cheat it. You've got to wait till it's fully loaded to come. Hence the Freddie Couples drill, the Tiger Woods Butch Harmon drill. Sit at the top. If you get it right and you're at the top of your swing and you hold for 10 seconds and you can hit the ball and make great contact and propel it in the direction that you're aiming at, you are doing it right. That is the golden 2 drills that you need to be the best player you can be. Obviously, as you're learning the game, you can learn loads of little finesse things, short game things that will save you shots, putting, chipping, that type of thing. Now that, all added together with a kind of half decent swing, will make you into a great player. After that, what is it? Well, it's the power of belief. I can do this. I can beat this. I can birdie this hole. Belief gets you there. Again, belief is kind of reinforced by practicing and reinforcement practicing, yeah. And basically the secret is in the dirt, as Hogan said. And we're going to leave the video there. Obviously conversational time, and it's coming up for Christmas and stuff, so hope everyone's doing alright and not getting stressed out with the shopping, but don't leave it to the last minute or you will get stressed out. So let's get in the comment section, and everyone in the comment section who's found this and learning it, you leave in the comments what you feel is helping you, and that'll be personal to you, but it might help someone else. I mean, what I'm talking about is very personal to me and my swing, and how I found it became over the top for years and stopped being over the top and enjoying the game of golf and swinging great, playing great. It's a lot less stress on the body. Don't get tired. Play 18 holes, you can go out for another 18 holes. You're not like knackered for 2 days and no wanting to play again. You're so more efficient in the motion. You don't use energy that's not going to be used in the shot or the ball, which is a major difference. Because if you're like muscling it and overpowering the lever, you're tiring yourself out and you're getting hardly anything back. Whereas if you've last thing to say, if you've been following Tiger Woods on his sort of comeback, the way he's swinging and playing, he's very much within himself, isn't he? He is now timing the ball the way the old style players used to swing. There's no muscle in it. There's no trying to overpower it, hammer it, save it. He's timing it and swinging the way I'm talking about, Rory's doing the same thing. Dynamically, Rory looks like, an absolute machine, doesn't he? But all he's doing is a Varden 45. So I hope this explanation helps. It's going to drop. I like it, share it, bendy thumb love would be much appreciated. As usual, all the ad revenues going to Macmillan, Help the Heroes, and Shelter UK. We mention it at some point. I know some of you might be fed up with we'll be mentioning that. But that's where all the ad revenue's going. Crikey blimey, Charlie, that's been 15 minutes we've been talking, but I hope you've enjoyed it. See you all soon. Have a great Christmas if I don't see you before then, but I will. Tips Tuesdays, all that kind of weather. Still snowing.